Welcome everyone, and thank you for tuning into today's professional development session. My name is Emma Thompson and I'm going to be taking you through some mathematical problem solving for students in years 3 and 4. We'll start by reviewing the problem. Now right away we can see that it is a worded question which can become quite confusing for some students. So on the coast there are 3 lighthouses. The first light shines for 3 seconds, then is off for 3 seconds. The second light shines for 4 seconds, then is off for 4 seconds. The third light shines for 5 seconds, then is off for 5 seconds. All 3 lights have just come on together. So we've got 2 parts to the question, two-part question that we need to answer. Part A is when is the first time that all 3 lights will be off? And part B is wanting to know when is the next time that all 3 lights will come on at the same moment. So we're going to be using Polly's 4-stage problem solving model. The first which is to understand the problem. So as I said, it is a worded problem. It can be quite confusing for some students. So what we want to do is we want to go through and we want to break down what's the important information that we need to take out of this. So the first important thing is that the first light shines for 3 seconds, then goes off for 3 seconds. Next important part is the second light shines for 4 seconds, off for 4 seconds. Third light shines for 5 seconds, off for 5 seconds. So that's all the information that we need to know out of that problem. The rest of it is just there to pad it out. So now let's break down the questions. What are they asking? Part A is asking the first time that the 3 lights will be off. That's it. When will all 3 lights be off? Part B is asking when all 3 lights will come on at the same moment. Okay? So not too confusing like it may have first appeared when we've read the problem earlier. So the second stage of Polly's model is to devise a plan and then to carry out your plan. So for the purpose of today, I have already devised and begun carrying out our plan. So when is the first time that all 3 lights will be on? So we've decided to use a grid and colour coding approach so that children can easily identify the patterns in line with the Australian curriculum where they're required to interpret or represent and interpret data utilising tables. So we've colour coded each of our lighthouses. So lighthouse 1 is blue, lighthouse 2 is red, and lighthouse 3 is black. And what we've done is we know that light 1 is on for 3 seconds. So to signify light 1, we've popped a blue lighthouse for 1, 2, 3, and then off 1, 2, 3, and then back on for 3, 1, 2, 3. We know that light 2 is on for 4 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then off for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and back on again, the pattern continues. Now lighthouse 3 we know comes on for 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then is off for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right away we can see that there are no lighthouses present in the 6 second mark, and so that gives us our answer to part A. The 6 second mark is when all 3 lighthouses will be off. Now moving on to part B, which is slightly more complex. When is the next time that all 3 lighthouses will come on at the same moment? So we know at the start, at the 1 second mark, they're all on together. So utilising the same colour coding. And you can see here that we've got all of our lights coming on at the 1 second mark, sorry. And the pattern continues. So we're utilising patterns, sequences. Obviously, as the children go through and fill this out themselves, it will be easier for them to understand. So we've got our lighthouse 1 on for 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, and then off for 3, 1, 2, 3. Lighthouse 2, which is our red lighthouse, is on for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, off for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our black lighthouse, which represents our 5 seconds, on for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then off for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so as we work our way through, we can see that we're just looking to find when all 3 are off and when they all come on again at the same time. So you can see at number 70 here that all 3 are off. However, our black lighthouse, which is our lighthouse number 3, comes on again by itself. So we're just working our way down, looking, and we come to 118 seconds through to 120 seconds where none of our lighthouses are on. And then 121 seconds. All 3 come on, just like that. So our answer to part B is 121 seconds. Now, obviously, stage 4 of Polly's model asks us to review and examine our solution, which obviously we would just go through and double check that we have allocated our lighthouses to the correct squares to make sure. Now, obviously, the large grid may be confusing and a little bit messy for some of your students. However, skip counting, number sequences are skills that students in Year 3 and 4 should already have attained or be working towards, particularly Year 4 students. But we are using those patterns and the visual aids to help your students along with that. So that is all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Goodbye.